Gogeta. And this, Vegito. Get ready for this! Let me show you how far mortals can go.
Hello, everybody! Sonic Master 2.0 Cindy is here back again with another top 10 list. Now, across the past month, the top 10 list has changed a lot. And it's mainly and entirely because of this guy right here. This beautiful character that I have at my disposal. Almost said exposal, but that's not a word. So anyway, we're going to hop straight into the top 10 list with number 10 all the way to number 2, honorable mentions, and then number 1. I'm basing this list off of the current meta, nothing more. Not the past metas, just this one. Because the character's performance in this day and age is the most important, not their prime. So you're going to see really big changes and really small changes. Anyway, on to number 10.
Let me show you how far mortals can go.
At number 10 here, we have the man with the power to change the future single-handedly, Sword of Hope Trunks. Now, this character's Zenkai is phenomenal. Very good offense. I think he actually is pretty tanky for a LF for a 2021 unit, even though he's Zenkai'd. And he's a very good counter to Ultra Vegito Blue, which you'll see for the rest of this list. Being a counter to Ultra Gogeta Blue is pretty important. And I think Trunks here has earned his spot because not only can he tank Ultra VB fairly well, when you fill up his unique gauge, it takes 100 ki. And there's not really a way to get around losing all of your ki. So he has one of the best disrupts in the game, even comparable to like Blue Zamasu. So I think he's earned his spot at number 10 on the list. I'm not gonna lie, this hurts a lot to see how the mighty have plummeted. Not even fallen. They have plummeted to the bottom. From number 2 to number 9, we have Gamma Udo y Dos. This unit is still very good. They have a lot of things in their kit that is very useful and will be timeless. Like the fact that every time they tag switch, they always nullify They always nullify cover changes and go type neutral for 3 timer counts. Now, the issue with the Gammas before was that even though they were very good offensively, defensively they kind of sucked. But they were able to make up for that because on their main team movies, they had a lot of characters with universal cover changes. And on their main team androids, they had Android 17, which could help tank the blows a little better. But now with Ultra Vegito Blue in the game, which is very important since you will be seeing Ultra Vegito Blue in nearly every match in Legends for the next 6 months, he heavily hinders Gamma 1 and 2. In fact, I played a couple of games with Ultra VB for another video I'm making, and I fought 2 Gamma 1 and 2s, both of which over 7 stars, and both of which get 3 shot by 2 strike cards and a blast card. That's not good, especially if you're going to be fighting one of me basically every game. And I wasn't even running that great of a team. I was running just red-purple, the duo fusion team you guys saw this morning. So yeah, number 9 on the list, Gamma 1 and 2. Very good, but one of their main issues is that they have no defense and that they're yellow. Now, something I'm not so sad to see here is number 8 on our list, which is Ultra Kid Buu. Ultra Kid Buu. What can I say about this unit? Last time I made the top 10 list, as a joke, I made his section of the video the shortest. And it was funny because my friends were talking about how I made Rose's section the shortest, but they didn't even know Kid Buu got a section in the video because his was like 3 seconds long and you'd have to really look for it to see it. Anyway, Kid Buu's still good because he has solid teams. Regen is like one really good character off from being a top 5 team in the game. Majin Buu Saga is not a real team, but Powerful Opponent is still a very disgusting team in the game. But another issue is Kid Buu shares the same problem with Gamma 1 and 2, in which he's a yellow unit who gets murdered by Ultra Vegito Blue, which really hurts him. Especially since he is the unit to counter Ultra Gogeta Blue. That's his main purpose in life. But countering Ultra Gogeta Blue is pretty difficult when you do a blast card on that Gogeta. He switches into Vegito, and then you get countered, and then you die. And that wouldn't be an issue if Kid Buu had like a really good blue unit to protect him, which he does in Blue Zamasu. But, you know, both Gogeta and Vegito nullify Endurance with their Rising Rush, meaning that Blue Zamasu is not really that great of a counter, because if your opponent gets a rush, he's either dead or you have to switch out of him. And if you're in a situation where you just have Kid Buu against, let's say, an enemy UVB, UGB, and Ultra SV, you lose that game no matter what. Also, the character Hit is still in the meta. Well, he's not in the meta. I haven't seen Hit in months. But Hit is still in the game, and is still a really good counter to Kid Buu, considering the fact that if you get hit by a time skip, you're done, kid. So yeah, Kid Buu has earned his spot at number 8 on the list. Still a really good character. Frame 1 AoE and greed cards are annoying, but he has too many counters out right now to be like top 5. Kind of a funny coincidence how number 7 on our list is number 17. MVP 17, I've talked about this for miles in my old top 10 video about how good this character is and how useful he is with his uncancelable endurance, his card draw speed every time he does a blast card, the fact that when he switches in, he pulls a blast card, his great support for the team. As I said before, he's the best second character on your team, quoted by Garesh, very good content creator. And there's not really much more I have to say about 17 that I didn't already say in my old top 10 video. But the question would be, why did he go down a spot? It's because he's like missing the main disrupt things that I think could really push him forward. Like 17, as far as I'm concerned, has no way of taking key. Because his unique gauge, it locks the main ability of your enemy and gives you some key and nullifies endurance, which is cool, but it's not really a disrupt. It's more of a future, you know, a just in case. So that's why 17's at number 7 on the list instead of anywhere higher. Still a great character, but is missing that main this main disrupt thing that would make him super good. It's also the fact that he's not the best damaging character on your team. Like, Ultra VB can survive a full combo from MVP 17, from full health. Ultra VB can just simply tank it. And it's not just him. Ultra Hit can tank it. Ultra Rose can tank it. Goku and Frieza can tank it. He can't kill those characters. And those characters can easily kill him. And that's why he reaches number 7 on the list. On to number 6. Number 6 on the list is the man with the plan, the Zero Mortals plan, Blue Zamasu. Blue Zamasu is on this list for the reason that Android 17 isn't higher on this list. While Android 17 has very minimal disrupt, besides taking a Dragon Ball and locking the main, Blue Zamasu has an annoying amount of disrupt. And it's not even like for the first couple of counts. For a solid amount of time, this Blue Zamasu is the most annoying character on the enemy's team. Blue Zamasu, when he gets hit for the first time, takes 50 ki. And when he gets hit the second time, he takes 20 ki. Now, when Blue Zamasu he takes 30 ki, I'm sorry. Now, every time Blue Zamasu gets hit for the first time after that, he straight up takes 20 ki. So one thing he'll do is enemies will switch into Blue Zamasu, take 50 ki, switch out of Blue Zamasu if your combo doesn't just straight up end there. And when they switch back into Blue Zamasu, they take another 50 ki, which is very annoying. Also, Blue Zamasu is a very good support with a very solid Z ability, and he has the green card counter. The green card counter that is very annoying if players know what they're doing. Also, the fact that Blue Zamasu has endurance, which I talked about during the Kid Buu section. Now, characters like Ultra Gogeta Blue, Ultra Vegito Blue, and anyone who nullifies endurance can get around that. But it's not that easy, considering the fact that Blue Zamasu is a really good defense type. He's on levels of Ultra Super Vegito defense type. Like, we all know in Ultra SV's prime, if you didn't have UI Goku, it was actually impossible to kill the character. And that's why he's on number 6 on this list. He's a great defensive unit, very good disrupts, very solid support, and honestly, I really hope he never gets a Zenkai. Ever. Even when he's one of the worst characters in the game, I don't want him to get a Zenkai. Now, he can't be higher because, like 17, he's missing out on damage. Blue Zamasu has never really been the damage type of character, but he could always do good damage. But nowadays, he's not hitting that hard. Especially because if he hits like Ultra Gogeta Blue a little too much, he gets hit with a classic Muda Dana. And the game's over. For him, anyway. So, number 6 has been earned by Blue Zamasu. I've said this 3 times. On to number 5.
Gogeta. Get ready for this. Let's get things started.
Number 5 on the list. How you've seen how the mighty have fallen, and now you'll see how the mighty rise again. Number 5 on this list, I'm so happy to say, is Ultra Gogeta Blue. This character, I've really just learned the fact that this character's kit is timeless. Everything Ultra Gogeta Blue does is the exact same that he's done since Christmas of last year. He's just that guy. If he gets hit 3 times, he gets his first counter off for all blast type attacks in the game. Activates 3 times. Takes a Dragon Ball when his gauge is filled. Heals himself. Goes type neutral. He has one of the best green cards in the game at 120 timer counts. Which may sound like a long time, but never forget the fact that for the first 30 counts, Ultra Vegito Blue has double card draw speed and nullifies endurance at least 3 times before you hit the 120 timer count. Also, Gogeta's teams are disgusting. Fusion Warriors is a great team now. Movies is a great team. God Key's a great team. Saiyans is a great team. Do I have to go on? Gogeta Blue is a unit with very little flaws. And now that Ultra Vegito Blue has come out and is red, this unit skyrockets back to number 5 on the list. Because he simply has what he's needed for a long time. He has protection. Gogeta Blue's problem was the fact that there were so many yellow units in the meta, it was nearly impossible to utilize this character properly. But now that Red Vegito Blue has come out and basically cemented the yellow units into the dirt, you barely see Jiren. You barely see Kid Buu. You don't see the Gammas. Ultra Gogeta Blue is free to run around and actually do stuff now and survive. He won't be punished for simply existing. This character has earned his spot at number 5 because of his timeless kit and the fact that he finally has a friend to protect him. Before Ultra VB came out, Gogeta had to rely on Red MUI, who's not a real character, Casserole if someone slapped him on Universe reps, or Hit if someone slapped Hit on Fusions. Red Vegito, Zenkai free-to-play Red Base Vegito, and Pan. Those characters, besides Hit, suck, actually. They're pretty bad, except Pan. Pan's not bad. But he had no help, and now he finally has help. So, he earned his spot at number 5. But why he's not higher on the list? I think other characters in the game just do the stuff he does better. I think number 5, 4, and 3 on this list can be interchanged. Like 5, 4, and 3, you could put them in whatever order you want. I'm putting them in the order that I think makes the most sense. In fact, I think I might swap number 5 and 4. I won't do that because I'm already recording this, but number 5 is Ultra Gogeta Blue.
My time skip is unbeatable.
Number 4 on the list is the 1,000-year-old assassin, Ultra Red Hit. This unit is still a very great character. Now, this unit isn't really seen in PvP at all, and that's kind of why I was going to change his spot with Ultra Gogeta Blue. This unit is invisible. I've never seen this unit for the past, 2 months, which is crazy because Universe Reps is one of the best teams in the game. But not a lot of people have Hit, and there's nothing you can do about that. But Hit is still broken. Honestly, when he came out, I thought he was a fair and balanced Ultra, and I still think he is. Hit has a really good kit and a lot of things that are very good. For starters, the time skip. The only character in the game that has the time skip. And we all know that if you get hit by a time skip in Legends, that's the character. There were times where my 5-star Hit fights a 14-star Goku Black. I get him in a time skip, and he's just dead. Because Hit does so much damage that you can just kill anybody. And the thing is, Hit's kit is very easy to understand. Let me see if I can find something. Let's see here. This is it. Applies the following effect every time this character uses a card. He heals himself, makes the enemy take more damage, and gives himself up to 30% crit rate. 30% more damage, 30% crit rate, and every time he gets hit, he heals himself a little bit, gives himself 50% to special move damage and 50% to ultimate damage. This character also has a universal cover change, which can count towards his hits. And he's solid enough and tanky enough to just be able to eat an enemy's attacks. Also, when this character gets a kill, he restores his own ki by 40, reduces enemy ki by 40, takes a Dragon Ball. He nullifies endurance with his ultimate and the time skip. He gets a full deck of cards when he does the time skip. His stats are really good. And his green card, pre-time skip, is still good because it gives him a card and he nullifies cover changes for 10 timer counts. What else does it do here? Yeah, draws a new card, gives him 40 ki, he nullifies cover for 10 timer counts, does more strike damage. This unit is his own army. This man is a one-man band. 17 is the best second unit on the team. Hit is the best unit on the team until Goku and Frieza came out. Yep, here we go. When Goku and Frieza came out, they took everything Hit does except the time skip and said, hey, it's mine now. Now, that wasn't a problem when they actually came out, but then Toshi gone and gave them buffs. And Goku and Frieza became busted. And now Hit doesn't really have his spot as the best attacker on the team because Goku and Frieza are on the team. So he has powerful opponent, which is also an issue because Rose, Kid Buu, and Ultra Hit are all Ultras, which means they all have their own Ultra abilities. Rose has Future, Kid Buu has Regen, and Hit has Universe Reps, meaning powerful opponent, even though it's a great team, does not mesh at all. But Hit is still his own one-man army and should not be underestimated just because of his underuse in the PvP season. Next time we see a really meta-defining character that's yellow, we're going to be seeing a lot more Ultra Hits just abuse the time skip and one-shot that character. Also more Ultra VB, but, you know, we'll get to him when we get to him. Number 4 on the list, deservingly so, is Ultra Hit. But don't forget, numbers 5, 4, and 3 could be interchanged depending on what you think. Anyway, on to number 3. Number 3 on the list is the Scarlet Destroyer of the Future, Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black Ultra. As heroes rise like Gogeta Blue, villains rise too. This unit has gotten better. This unit is still really good. I don't really need to give you the rundown on what Rose does, but I'll do it anyway. Rose does a bunch of stuff. Card draw speed, takes ki, takes cards, paralysis, yada, 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 yada. Rose has so much stuff in his kit, it would take me 5 minutes to go through it all in this video, and I don't want to spend all that time. So let me tell you why he's here. Rose's a very good character. He hasn't fallen off, and now that Vegito Blue came out and is a buff to the future team, and as you can see, Rose likes that. And because he's a buff to the future team, Rose gets buffed, of course, as well. Now, the only reason Rose's not higher on the list is the 2 characters above him are just way better. Also, the 2 characters below him can also be argued to be better than him. I personally think Hit's better than Rose, but I understand fully why I think Rose should be number 3. Rose has better teams than Hit, and by better teams, I mean Future and Saiyans and God Key. Hit doesn't have those teams. Also, where Hit struggles on powerful opponent, Rose will be just fine. Especially since you'll be running characters like Blue Zamasu on powerful opponent, or Yellow Jiren, who help protect Rose while he just does all the damage. Now, he does have a really big counter in the next unit on the list, but he can go type neutral as well. And like I said, his blue card has a 40% chance of inflicting paralysis. And by 40% chance, I mean 110% chance of inflicting paralysis. And a 20% chance to just murder you. So anyway, Rose has earned his spot at number 3 on the list. I'm sorry, David. I think I gave him the shortest section in the video again. My bad. I just don't like talking about this unit. And on to number 2. Where one villain rises, another villain falls. Goku and Frieza have fallen from number 1 on the list to number 2. I am so happy to see them. I hate this character so much. Goku does very solid damage, gets buffs every time he re-switches into himself. And I'm not talking about just like normal tag switch buffs. Because I remember I have a sarcastic friend who's like, oh, they get buffs when they switch? No, duh. I mean permanent buffs. Going off of that, his green card is one of the most annoying freaking green cards in the game. Locks you in for 3 timer counts, but it feels like an eternity because he does those 3 timer counts, switches into Frieza, and we'll get to Frieza. Does this infinite combo on you, and then because there's no way to stop Goku and Frieza, because not even Goku and Frieza can stop Goku and Frieza. And speaking of Frieza, let's talk about Frieza. Let's talk about the scumbag with card draw speed. Gets a blue card if you're forced to switch out because you're dying. Taste defeat at the hand, aka that's why you have no grandma, aka thanks for the new deck of cards. Also, I noticed you have a strike card in your deck. Let me just stop that. Also, you can't rush this character, which is what they're meant for, so I can't really complain about that. But I can't complain about the fact that Goku and Frieza players are borderline cowards who are scared of the Rising Rush, but pop it in 10 seconds, which is crazy to me how fast Goku and Frieza get a Rising Rush. You know why? Because Goku and Frieza have multiple ways of simply drawing a Dragon Ball. They can get a Dragon Ball for switching in. They switch in and they get a Dragon Ball. And you know what? The unit on top of them on this list does the same thing but worse. Goku and Frieza are a very good character. And like I said, if you pull this character, I'm glad for you that they got buffed. But me and you are going to have to fight in Legends. All right? Moving on to honorable mentions. And then to number 1 on the list. Hold on. I was going to pull up the honorable mentions tab, but I just realized it shows you guys who number 1 on the list is. Which is lame, but like, at the same time, I think you know who it is. So let's pull it up. Honorable mentions here. Number 5, we have Beast Gohan. Good counter to Ultra Vegito Blue, but simply just doesn't have what it takes to be up here with the big boys. 2 is Orange Piccolo. Now, Orange Piccolo is pretty bad. I'm starting to see Revival Blue Goku vibes from Orange Piccolo. Because Orange Piccolo gets 2-shot in his form before he revives, and then gets 3-shot in his form after he revives, which is very bad. And actually, I'm sorry for all you Orange Piccolo fans, but I'm just gonna... Sorry, guys. Number 3 is Jiren. Fell off for the same reasons that the Gammas and Kid Buu fell off. Number 4 is the Super Saiyan 4s. Because they're still super good, which is crazy to me. The Super Saiyan 4s are still very good. They still have a bunch of good stuff in their kit that is pretty timeless. Like the fact that Vegeta nullifies cover for 10 counts when the enemy has a full team alive. Which is pretty common. And number 5 is Red Pan. Still, in my opinion, the best support in the game. Like, I think Red Gohan should have just been Red Pan. But no, they made him more of an offensive character. And that kind of ruined him for me. On to number 1. If you know who it is, you know.
Here we go. All right. And this, Vegito.
All right, guys. Sorry for the jump scare. But number 1 on the list is the Azure Protector of the Future himself, Ultra Vegito Blue. You do not know how happy it makes me to say that the best character in the game is my favorite fusion in my favorite Super Saiyan form. Ultra Super Saiyan Blue Vegito literally does everything in the game to make a character good. Let's pull up some of the things he does. He might have the longest section here. First of all, he is the only character with an arts action, which makes it... What percent is my phone at? Ooh, dying. Which makes his... If you start mashing the screen, Ultra Vegito Blue has the hardest hitting ultimate in the game. And it's not even a question. Now, let's go to the Blue Beacon to quell despair. Look at all these buffs that he gets. Look at all of this. Damage reduction. Extra damage, 180% just in the first 2 lines. Double card draw speed, -5 to card cost. Nullifies enemies' Dragon Ball effect, destroy Dragon Ball effects, and destroy card effects. You can't destroy his cards or his Dragon Balls for 30 timer counts. Freaking, this character switches into the battlefield, gets more key recovery, more damage, nullifies abnormal effects, seals the Rising Rush, reduces enemies' vanish gates to 0% and nullifies cover changes. Gets his own key every time he's faced with an enemy. Gets extra crit rate. He takes crit rate. Seals blue cards so he can't be smacked by one if he has to switch in really fast. Freaking heals himself by 30% if he's at 50% health. Goes type neutral. Gets himself a Dragon Ball just because he's him. And that's the first ability. I'm not even going to read the second one. This is the best character in the game because he does everything to make a unit crazy. And blue units aren't really even that much of a threat because of how long he goes type neutral. Also with the best green card in the game to literally counter anything. It counters tap actions, tackles, tap attacks, strike cards, and blast cards. Oh my god, talking about this unit gives me a headache. And once again, he has the hardest hitting ultimate in the game's history, which also deletes your enemy's field of cards. And if you get killed by Vegito, he gets his vanish back and then gets buffed because you died and have to switch out. This unit is it's undiscussable. You cannot fathom how this character is not the best unit in the game. He does everything every unit on this list does, except hitting the time skip, and does it 60 times better. This character is so far and away the best character in the game. I could put 2 blank slots and then put Ultra Vegito Blue. This unit is the best character in the game. Let's watch his intro one more time, and then Sonic Master 2.0 Sinius signing out, because this is going to be a long video to make and upload.
Here we go. All right. And this, Vegito Blue. Let me show you how far mortals can go.
See you guys next time.